Demonstrators holding banners reading in Catalan "Freedom for the political prisoners" gather outside the Catalonian Parliament in Barcelona. Credit AP A large chunk of Catalonia's deposed government was behind bars early on Friday after a Spanish judge prompted fresh protests by ordering their detention, pending probes into their role in the region's independence drive. Carles Puigdemont, dismissed last week as Catalan president by the Spanish government and who has since been holed up in Belgium, was issued an EU arrest warrant after failing to show at the court hearing in Madrid, his Belgian lawyer said. In another day of high drama in Spain's biggest crisis in decades, Judge Carmen Lamela had Puigdemont's deputy and 7 other deposed regional ministers detained pending a potential trial for alleged sedition, rebellion and misuse of public funds. With television channels showing images of police vans with flashing blue lights said to be taking the former ministers to different prisons, Catalans took to the streets in anger and disbelief. There were protests in front of the Catalan Parliament in Barcelona, the regional capital, with police estimating a crowd of 20,000. Others gathered outside town halls across the region, including 8,000 people in both Girona and Tarragona. A man holds a Estelada, the pro-independence Catalan flag, as demonstrators gather outside the Catalonian Parliament. Credit AP those in Barcelona held up their mobile phones like candles and waved separatist flags, red and yellow stripes with a white star, also holding black and yellow libertad freedom signs. The crowds, who included elderly couples and young parents carrying toddlers, chanted "Free political prisoners" and "This isn't justice but dictatorship." It makes you angry even when you don't vote for independence because every time a disproportionate measure is taken, it only fuels independence, said retired teacher Dolores, 66. Puigdemont called in a statement broadcast on Catalan TV from an undisclosed location for the release of the ministers and said that the situation is no longer an internal Spanish affair. The international community, and especially the European community, must realize the danger these attitudes represent, he said. Profile Carles Puigdemont. A total of 20 people including Puigdemont, Junqueras and the Speaker of the Catalan Regional Parliament had been summoned for questioning on Thursday. A hearing of the Speaker of Catalan's Parliament and 5 others at the Supreme Court was adjourned until November 9 after their lawyers requested more time to prepare their defense. Puigdemont and 4 others with him in Belgium failed to show. Puigdemont's Belgian lawyer Paul Bekaert told Flemish television channel VRT that his client told him that the warrant has been issued against the president and 4 other ministers who are in Belgium. He expected the Spanish judiciary will now send an extradition request to Belgian federal prosecutors but said Puigdemont would appeal if the Belgian judge approves the request. A pro-independence Catalan flag lies on the grass, as demonstrators gather outside the Catalonian Parliament. Credit AP in respect to his no-show at the hearing, Bekaert said his client did not find a climate conducive to testifying and it would be better to put a bit of distance between it. In her ruling, Judge Lamela said she had ordered preventive detention for those who remained because of a possible flight risk. Let's remember that some of the defendants have already gone to other countries, dodging possible penal responsibilities, she wrote. A 9th former minister, who resigned last Friday, was also remanded in custody but will be set free if he pays bail of €50,000 $58,000. A man with his tapped mouth holds an Estelada Catalan separatist flag. During a gathering in support of the members of the dismissed Catalan cabinet, Credit Reuters Catalan demands for independence date back centuries but have surged in recent years, in part due to a difficult economic situation. Puigdemont's government organized an independence referendum on October 1 despite a court ban. Spanish police tried and failed to stop it, in some cases firing rubber bullets at people defending polling stations. A declaration of independence by the Catalan Parliament followed last Friday. But that same day, Rajoy dismissed the regional government, imposing direct rule on Catalonia and called regional elections for December 21. Catalan independence timeline. Marta Rovira, a lawyer and Catalan separatist lawmaker, briefly broke down in tears as she spoke to reporters in Madrid after the announcement of the detentions. The Spanish state is a failed state, a state that has failed democratically, she said. I'm convinced we want surrender, we will fight until the end. But Catalans, fiercely proud of their language and culture, remain deeply divided about independence, polls indicate. The European Union has swung firmly behind Rajoy. Spain's central bank warned Thursday of a possible recession in Catalonia if the crisis continues. In addition, there are signs of growing divisions in the separatist camp, with many unhappy with Puigdemont, particularly now he is hundreds of miles away from the region he hopes to lead to independence.